It's lights out and away we go. Verstappen and Norris get away equally well. George Russell ahead of Alex Albon, and Max Verstappen will lead into turn one from Norris. Lock up there from George Russell. Alex Albon on the inside. Might fancy his chances. Carlos Sainz trying to get past Fernando Alonso, but it's Verstappen then who leads him towards turn two, who's got a great getaway and already has a clear advantage. Behind him, diving down the inside, there goes Fernando Alonso. George Russell getting a little bit out of shape. Alonso makes up a place as they go through turn three.
Look at the raindrops on the camera lens.
What was dry 2.5 miles ago is now heavy, heavy rain. Nobody's boxing from the top 10, that is for sure. Verstappen leads this race because look, it's drier here on the track. From Norris coming into the pits, Sergio Perez. They've decided to take the gamble and fit a set of intermediate tyres. And there's also the Ferrari of Charles Leclerc and the Alpine of Pierre Gasly coming in. Zhou Guanyu, Yuki Tsunoda, Liam Lawson and Kevin Magnussen also making their way in. And look at Ferrari. Were they ready for the car to come in? It's chaos in that Ferrari pit box.
No tyres again. How many times have we seen that with Ferrari? They've called the car in and no tyres in the pit box.
As Verstappen and Alonso pit. And there on the inside, George Russell alongside Lando Norris, and they're trying their best, but where's the grip for them?
They're battling for the lead because Verstappen has pitted, Alonso has pitted. So that is George Russell versus Lando Norris.
Sergio Perez is up to second. He took the gamble. First guy into the pits. He's now taken the gamble and on his way into the lead. Sergio Perez, it's a Red Bull leading this race, but it's not Max Verstappen. Those intermediate tyres are the ones to be on. Pierre Gasly, who just holds on to that third place, but Verstappen is going to dive down the inside here.
Yeah, Gasly will be arguing on the radio that he didn't give him racing room to the white line as Verstappen goes past Joe into second place. Right, a Red Bull 1-2, not the Red Bull we expected to be leading. It was the car that started down the back. Verstappen has come in, so effectively they're going to undercut Perez, aren't they?
Front wing change for Charles Leclerc. We heard he had damage. This is going to further hamper his progress. And whilst we look at that, I can tell you Oscar Piastri is still absolutely flying here. And I get the feeling Verstappen is going to easily take the lead here. He's coming round the banking. He's onto the main straight as Perez pulls out of his pit box. There goes Verstappen. This is a swap around at the lead. Verstappen's done the undercut on his teammate Sergio Perez, and he's done it by a comfortable margin. That's why Logan Sargent stopped. That is going to be a safety car. He's gone into the barriers second time this weekend that Logan Sargent has gone into the barriers. We have got a safety car now. This is coming up right now.
Oh, just went in there a bit too quick, and the runoff area clearly still a bit damp.
You okay? You okay?
No, I crashed. I don't know what happened, man.
As onto the main straight we come, and we go racing once more, and already Sainz is wheel to wheel with Gasly, and Perez moves over to block Fernando Alonso. Verstappen leads then on the inside. Sainz tries to get past Gasly. Gasly goes wide onto the curb, comes back onto the track, and he's still ahead of the Ferrari. Leclerc drifts out to the wide right-hand side. Lawson slots right back in behind him. He's got DRS. He's going down the inside. Liam Lawson in his F1 debut for AlphaTauri gets past Charles Leclerc, and he is up into 15th place.
So the situation is getting worse, so we retire the car. We retire.
Gasly comes into the pits.
We're expecting rain around 10 laps from the end, Max, some of which could be pretty heavy.
Alonso in the pit lane and gets second place back.
Yeah, they were just watching the gap to Sainz, but
there's a problem. Big problem on the front left. That has not just cost Fernando Alonso in terms of 5 seconds extra. It might actually cost him a chance of a podium here, because through goes Carlos Sainz. Around turn one, Carlos Sainz moves up into thirds. He should be able to clear Yuki Tsunoda as Verstappen now comes in, but he's going to have a bit of a battle with Carlos Sainz to try and get him back between now and the end of the race. Fernando Alonso now right behind Carlos Sainz, and he's got DRS. And here come the two Spaniards then, down the main straight. He's going to have to go down the inside, Fernando Alonso. Sainz did move over, but then left him enough room, and the Aston Martin is back up into the podium places.
they need to get Russell out of the way. Hamilton's gone.
George Russell touched the grass and almost lost it. That was heart-in-the-mouth stuff there.
Wow, and then touch it on the right side of the track as well, on the inside there.
And Davidson, let's head down to you in the paddock. Oh, 2 seconds out.
George, that's part from a much different tyre strategy to him.
Yeah,
And
save of all saves. I totally agree. Yeah, and the reason why they're all in is because he's chucking it down here. That's the reason why it's coming. Big drops are falling now, so it's all going to happen.
absolutely throwing it down again here at Zandvoort. Verstappen stops. Intermediate tyres go on, and back out into the race he goes, and he'll stay in the lead of this race.
This is going to be very, very heavy rain, Esteban. Massive.
This is the worst decision, guys.
Got a yellow.
And Sergio Perez has gone straight on at turn 1. There goes Fernando Alonso up into second place. Perez, in the heavy rain down at turn 1, has lost that second place, but rejoins the track still in the podium positions.
I mean, it's so wet. Just locked up both front tyres and went straight down.
As Zhou Guanyu got a problem down at turn 1, Perez hit the barrier, as we can see there. Zhou Guanyu seems to have come to a stop, and that's the reason why Zhou Guanyu has gone on into the barriers. His teammate Valtteri Bottas in the escape road. Verstappen in the pits for the extreme wets. The virtual safety car has now been thrown, and it is absolutely deluge situations here at Zandvoort. Joe says he's okay. That's absolutely brilliant.
Zhou Guanyu, good to hear he's okay, because that is a high-speed impact.
Perez is pitting. So but in the extreme wets on Sergio Perez.
I think Aston and Alonso have stayed out. Red flag.
Now, why have they brought Sergio Perez in this situation?
The red light at the end of the pit lane. He's in. Alonso's still second, I think, isn't he?
No, Alonso's still second.
Yes.
Verstappen's out in front. Alonso's still second. But Perez is now stuck in the pit lane.
Exactly.
Now, he can't get out because the race has been red flagged.
And we see this was Tsunoda there, aquaplaning off on the intermediate tyres.
Tsunoda, by the way, has got a 5-second time penalty for causing a collision.
When the water gets underneath the floor of the car, which is only, bear in mind, you know, on the front of the car, at the end of the straight, you're only talking 10 millimeters off the ground.
Bernd Mailander back in the pits in the safety car. Verstappen leads them round the final corner, and after that red flag delay of over 40 minutes, we can get racing again. Here to the checkered flag of the Dutch Grand Prix, and Fernando Alonso is not that far behind. Fernando Alonso going into turn 1, about 2 car lengths in it. Verstappen leads from Fernando Alonso, and then comes Sergio Perez. Max Verstappen 6/10 clear of Fernando Alonso, and Alonso looks much more racy on these intermediate tyres against the Red Bull than maybe he was on the dry. Verstappen leads Alonso, leads Perez, who's got a 5-second time penalty. George Russell in trouble.
When they get down there, it's the lightest of touches, isn't it?
But it's front wing to tyre, and often just one little nick, that's it. If he did it in 21, he did it in 22, he's going to do it in 23, and it's going to be 9 consecutive race victories for Max Verstappen. He wins the Dutch Grand Prix, he equals the all-time record. It's another perfect afternoon for the defending world champion. Fernando Alonso comes home to take his first podium since Canada, and Pierre Gasly, ahead of Sergio Perez, is back on the podium for the first time since Baku 2021.